We have made it to the semifinal round, so the questions are, well, I would call them more serious, but then to analyze the relativity of serious and funsy in the World Series becomes a real existential question. But I'm going to read things, and you're going to answer them, you're going to buzz in, and this is elimination. Can all the ones buzz, please? And all the twos? There we go. Freeze.
Aurelia and Famila, so Ingens and
Alright, stop talking now.
Sinners! Rim Aku Tetigisti.
Okay, I'm gonna call you baby and see. I am very tired, so I may forget to distribute funsies points. I designate my fellow doctor, Dr. Beavergall, to distribute funsies points and to also take away funsies points.
Roger protesta.
Audience, I don't know why I've got to say this, but apparently I should have said this in the last room. Please don't throw things at me or the players. Yes.
Or to them.
Yeah, please don't throw things at dollar bills. Please don't make me uncomfortable, because we're all friends now. Things are going to get slightly uncomfortable with the questions themselves. So let's start out small. Well, if we break out in a coordinated song under my direction, not just because you guys feel like it, but for a specific purpose at a specific time, there may be points awarded to the audience. Okay, players, if you get the performance arch questions, I will not take away from your time. If you can please move to some part of the room where the audience can see you, but do not, as we never ever should, stand on furniture. That's bad.
Who's done
Has that happened already?
Yes.
Captains, please. Captain. All right. Toss-up number 1 for any player. When recognized by the spotter, act like the animal that derives its name from the Latin nouns meaning pig. A3. I will take that. Player must act like a porpoise. Bonus for the 18. The Latin word for pig also gives us the name of another animal. What animal is that? Porcupine. 15 points on toss-up 1. Toss-up 2. Yay for more dramatic interpretation. And again, you may distribute yourselves so you are highly visual because apparently we're being recorded. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I'm going to only read once, and act out the scene in a way that satisfies your moderator. I would like that phrase changed because it makes me uncomfortable. The more dramatic your interpretation, yes, the more likely you are to receive points, possibly. Here is your passage, which is from Book 1, Poem 11 of Horace's Odes. Tu ne quae sieris scire nefas, quem mihi, quem tibi, finendi dederent Luconoe, nec Babylonios temptaris B2.
Listen, girl, I don't want you to be asking about how much time we got left, but, we're just going to need to sort of, grab that day and share some stuff and do some things and viticultural analogies, but it's all about sex. I don't see nothing wrong.
I'm calling time.
Did anybody named Fisher order a pizza?
No, big and chick barbecue.
Thomas Commissioner from Nevada. He's not here though.
I'll tell you what. Oh, well, you need to be paid, don't you?
Who wants to snatch it off of him?
Where's Fisher? Anybody got it? No? No. I'm really sorry he's not here.
Donna Dave?
We're down to Dave.
Vegas? This is Vegas?
Yeah.
You're down to Dave,
I
yeah.
got Vegas. I got last in line. Ronnie James for you.
Okay. I'd like to go on record that Mr. Chang's answer definitely makes me uncomfortable. But he gets funsy points for taking it too far, and funsy points for not saying YOLO.
Did we get it right?
Yes. for the B team. Act out the scene. I'll let you know when I need time. So I'll keep time on everything. So things that you. Bonus number one for the, or bonus the only for the B team. Act out this scene in a way.
C team, shut up. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, this isn't English. Give me a second. Act out this scene in such a way that the moderator is satisfied. The more dramatic your interpretation, the more likely you are to receive points. Here's the passage, Catullus 83. Lesbia, mi praesente viro, mala plurima ducit, haec illi fatuo maxima laetitia est, mule nihil septis, si nostri oblita tacuret, sana esset, nunc quod ganit et obloquitur, non solum meminit, sed quae multo acrior est res, irata est. Hoc est, uriter, et loquitur.
Okay, so basically, yeah, she talks smack about me when her husband's around, she's all into me, she's over me, she'll talk about me because she's into me, she'll be talking about me. Alright, girl, you want me to actually do it or?
You can address me this time.
I am right here, baby. Bring it on.
Lesbia, listen, girl, I understand that, you like to talk smack about me when your other girl, but man, in the passage is around. and look, you say you're over me, but listen, you're burning for me because you can't shut up. Okay? If you were over me, you would shut up.
Now, I will give you the points, but I would have rather you have, after some of that, broken out into a rendition of Boys to Men. Hey girl, then little
I'll make love
Mikey
to you like you want me to. Then I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night.
I know we had the discussion about your hands spontaneously breaking this song. I know we had that conversation. I did not expect this to happen. We'll work on this. Children, please go learn about the 90s. It would just make me happy. Toss up 3. Please let us move on. Toss up 3 for any player. What man was stuck in a catch-22 with the Ingens because he would have... A4. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. B2. Orestes. Because he would have been punished for not avenging his father or for killing his mother. Bonus for the B's. When the Ingens finally stopped pursuing Orestes, Athena granted them a new name. What was the new Greek name for the Ingens? Eumenides. 15.
Remind me what that means in English for 5 funsies?
That's a lot of good bringers.
You gave him 20 for the dancing.
I actually think I did, but okay.
Well, you said give him bunches.
Dude,
I asked
you're-
how many, and he said 20.
You get points for me being lesbian?
I love to
I am lost all. Does this badge not mean anything to you? Alright, before I have an aneurysm, let's go on to toss it. Let you two figure it out. But stop there are not funsies inflation points. Toss up 4. What epic poem opens with the lines? Bella per... A2. Versalia. Quaedatum sceleri conimus populumque potentem insula victory conversum whisker dextra cognitasque acies. Melcule or Pharsalia. Bonus. Who wrote the Pharsalia? Lucan. 15. Toss up 5 for any player. About which emperor's life does the Historia... A2. Answer?
Adrian.
So that's incorrect. I will repeat for B and C. About which emperor's life does the Historia Augusta write? Numquam in litteras misisem nequis fuisse Romanorum principem sciret. Before going on to mention that he, in Virginem Vestalem in Castum ad misit, and ultimately describes him as... Oh, you need to correct C4.
Caligula.
So that's incorrect. Can you clear it? There you go. For the B team, I'm going to do all of that really, really quickly and then come back to stuff going to consult. About whichever is left is the story of Augusta Wright, non common literas misisem, nequis fuisse Romanorum principem sciret, for going on to mention that he, in Virginem Vestalem in Testament Nisi, and ultimately describes him as vita moribus improbitate, ita audibilis ut eius senatus, et nomen eraserit. A poor lament for a god who tried to make the Romans worship a B2. Answer? So that's incorrect.
It's Elagabalus.
Elagabalus. I'd like to have a score check and then move on. Okay, are you
We
also?
decided that I was going to read the points and that he's just going to give Chris his points.
Okay, who's got a score
She's got a
that
score.
reflects everything?
She's got a
I know.
score.
There we go.
That's what
We knew that. We were already good. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
assumed that we weren't.
Yes.
You are so uncommunicative with me. You just yell all the time. All right, Ashley, what do we got?
Okay. Aurelia et al. 30 points. Saints and Sinners 20 points. Rem Akut, I can't read your handwriting, has yet to score.
How did they should have more than that.
We should.
That's not right at all.
Yep.
That
What
should.
did I miss? All right, wait.
Okay. Team A
15.
Oh, I
has
didn't
30. They got
15
two
because we
questions.
were
20.
discussing the
sorry, 15,
importance of
15.
bonus points and
15,
I-
15, then another 15 happened, then another 15 over here.
Okay, I've got to chiasmus people. I'm keeping track.
Yeah.
You got 15, you got 30, then it came back for another 15 to you.
30
Yeah, that's what we're
nil.
saying.
30 nil plus magic happy points, which means you guys actually have 40.
JCL math, here we go. Toss-up 6 for any player. As Emory University is noted for being the World Series of Curtamen's consiglieri's first convention and the site of a grievous Curtamen injustice against the World Series of Curtamen Godfather, give the annus horribilis in which the NJCL was C4,
1991?
1991, in which the NJCL was last at Emory. Bonus, next year, the NJCL returns to Trinity University in San Antonio. In what year was NJCL last at Trinity?
It was 2003. It was, I think it was in 2004, and they just went to Texas in 2000. So 2003.
2003?
2003. Fun key point if you can name the SCL president of that year.
Generous Senko Jackson.
That's right. All right.
Who was that?
Oh, now I get it.
All right. So one funzie for B, which gives their funzie total like 9,022. 6, okay. You gave them 20 at some point.
We modified
Okay.
the equation.
Toss up 7 for any player. What man attempted to stir up people in Athens against their king, who was detained by Hades in the ship? C3. Answer?
Pisistratus.
Sorry, that's incorrect. A4.
Menestius?
Menestius, who was detained by Hades in the chair of forgetfulness. Though he did not forget it, what did Theseus leave behind in the chair of forgetfulness?
Oh, his butt. His butt. Part of
Can
his
you be
butt.
more specific?
Part of his butt?
Yeah, I guess part of it.
Part of his butt?
Part of his buttock, which means, which is the explanation for why Athenians have little booties.
Can you funsies for another appropriate answer of something he left behind?
His friend?
I do like that didn't even occur to the person that wrote this question. It's not even, well, you guys have sensed if you've been watching the rounds, you've sensed a particular theme, which I disavow as having any part. Me too. Toss up number 8 for any player. When recognized by the spotter, perform the following commands. Serge et lude cum sociis, anas an B1.
Duck. Duck. Goose.
Thank you. I'm glad you thank you for completing your answer. On there. So the team should rise, somebody from the team with their friend should play duck duck goose. Bonus for the B team. Perform the following commands. Surgite et vos moentes, similes Michaelis Jacksonis. Saltate ballationem nomine conteritor. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry that we didn't start a prop bet of how many times we'd see Howard Chang dance. Okay, we got to like 4, right? Okay,
One,
right.
2, 3. There were 2 in the other room. You messed up.
Well, that doesn't matter, I didn't see it. All right.
Not target question.
Toss up number 9 for any player. Toss up number 9. Who proposed that the Trojan War be settled mano a mano? A4. Answer?
Odysseus.
So it's incorrect. C3.
That it be not settled,
Answer?
Paris.
And so it's incorrect. B2. Answer?
Hector.
Hector.
Oh,
Which goddess, disguised as which daughter of Priam, brought news of the duel to Helen, ensuring that Helen would be able to watch from the walls as Paris ran away like a little baby. And I do, in fact, need both answers.
Can you read the first part?
Which goddess, disguised as which daughter of Priam, brought news of the duel to Helen, ensuring that Helen would be able to watch from the walls as her boyfriend ran away like a little baby.
Okay.
Answer?
Saint.
Aphrodite disguised as Ilione.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Okay, you can steal for a funsie.
Iris is Leonice.
Iris is Leonis. I'll get you guys, don't worry. It's not a real point.
Yeah.
I'll distribute. There's 4 questions. Toss up 10 for any player. Translate this sentence into English. Quis pepidit? A3.
Who
Answer?
done it?
C1.
Who farted?
Who farted? Bonus. Now translate colloquially. Qui peditum ol fecit, peditum a misit.
Repeat, please.
Now translate colloquially. Qui peditum ol fecit, peditum a misit.
Who smelt it, dealt it.
Whoever smelt the delta, he who smelt the delta. Yes, 15 on 10. Score.
Hold on, let's finish writing and then you can have your score.
I will take Arjun and
Arjun has a question.
For future reference, would you consider the focus with parts of too far?
I mean, I have paid drum. Well, no, that is the noun form, but I would suspect that's what it is. Offhand, I don't know. I read Horace. He does have a fart joke, but I haven't gotten to that satire yet.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. I tried working. All right, do we have a score?
Okay. Aurelia et al., 46 points. Saints and Sinners, 63 points. Okay, I'm going to try and read your handwriting. Brem Aku Tetigisti, did I get that right? 30 points.
All right.
I've got to call the chaperone real fast. Is that possible? It's 2 seconds.
Yeah, if you can just come back in during that toss-up. Oh, you want me to wait?
No, it's, Cameron Ward, come to Whitehall. Whitehall right now. Thanks, bud.
I mean, if you need,
No,
I let you back in. It's
It's
fine.
fine, it's fine.
Sure?
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Somebody had the bright idea to type in a language that uses not letter, it's Arabic. I can't read it. I can read a lot of things, I can't read it. Oh, okay. Never mind, I found a translate. Okay, we're good. Toss up 11. The Arabian goddess Al-Lat. A4.
Aphrodite.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Could you clear, please? The Arabian goddess Al-Lat lent her name to what youth, whose titles included Rex Consul Imperator Dux Romanorum, Illustrious King of Kings, Corrector Totius Orientis, and King of Palmyra. C4.
Vabalathus?
Vabalathus. After he succeeded his father, Odenathus. Bonus. The goddess Al-Lat came to be identified with what Greek goddess?
Aphrodite.
So it's incorrect. It is Athena.
Well played.
They can have a funsie for falling into the trap. Toss-up 12 for any player. The disclaimer of the toss-up. Warning, buzz early at your own risk. Distinguish in meaning among the Latin nouns anus, A-N-N-U-S. Anus, A3.
Year, old woman, and duck, respectively.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Distinguish in meaning among the Latin nouns anus, A-N-N-U-S. Anus, A-N-U-S. And anus. E2.
All right. You're an old lady and the thing I keep showing when I twerk.
I will accept that. I am apparently supposed to give the other meanings that were acceptable for the last word in the toss-up. The fundament. Wait a minute. The British spelling arse. But with 2 T's. Rear end. Derriere. Behind. I have just bidonk.
Someone dog is dog.
Right. Bonus for the B team. Distinguish in meaning among liber, liber, and libra.
Book 3 pound.
Yes. Somebody have a pen real quick.
You may use some.
Oh, no! You don't understand. I came out of the last. There was about 45 starbursts thrown down into the pit, and they were all washed. Where are they?
We still have them.
Where are they?
Go see Texas.
You can go into the next room without the air conditioning and see if you can find the rest. All right, so toss up 13 for any player. Translate the following sentence into English. Equus Aureliae ultra domum in montes altos cucur. B1.
Aurelia's horse ran beyond home into the tall mountains.
Yes.
All right.
Bonus for the B team. Now translate. Equus solus in montibus habitare constituit, quod Aurelia molestissima erat. Captain?
Okay, refer to Saint.
The horse decided to live alone in the mountains because Aurelia was very annoying.
I will accept that, but the answer I have here is really with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E's, an A, 3 L's, and 4 Y's.
I've done no such thing. Those are lies. I did not write them.
Oh, sorry.
Amanda is not annoying.
I guess we should just let this drama play out. All right, can we
Yeah,
we good?
We're good.
Okay.
I'm no longer Eratus.
Toss up 14 for any player. I'm sorry, this is not English either. Toss up 14. give both the purplish color and the delicious dessert treat that derive their names from the Latin noun malua, meaning mallow. A2.
Mauve and marshmallow.
Mauve and marshmallow. Bonus, which I really like. Bonus. What the heck is a mallow?
Oh, mallow sweet, like mallow
It's
sweet.
a swampy plant. It's a
Swampy plant.
It's a swamp plant.
Yes.
Are you answering the question?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
swamp plant. It's a swampy plant. It's a plant that grows in
Plant that grows in the
swamps.
swamp.
Mallow sweet grows in the swamp.
It's kind of like the white puppy stuff.
A swamp plant.
Yeah, that is also different ones.
Okay, we will give that to you. I have a garden plant.
Wait,
which-
should I be more specific? No.
Yes, let it.
Hold on, would you also allow me where our...
Guys, moderator,
That should
audience.
be that, and that should
Hierarchy.
be that.
That's.
Makes much
Okay,
more
forget
sense.
audience.
And now A, got the bonus, yes. I'm confirming that you gave the voice for that.
All right. Timer at the ready. Okay. I need you to set the timer at 30 seconds. And here's how this is going to get really, really complicated. Actually, let's do this. Can I get some other timers here? Can I get 3 timers set up at 30 seconds? Okay. Do we have this?
You guys, that is okay.
Okay. All right, can you guys, let's do it this way. You will start the timer at when I call on whoever the buzzer is. Not when it beeps, but when I call on the buzzer. All right, if I move to the next buzzer, then one of you calls on, then you're next. And if we get to a third and that person gets called on, you're next. All right, 30 seconds. Hey, you thought your tongue was a game of speed. Toss up. Consider the nouns via, amicus, pater, manos, and res. Please fully decline all 5. A3.
We are, we am, we are, we is, we us, we is. Pater, patris, patri, patrum, patre, patres, patrium, patribus, patris, patribus.
Answer.
Mater, matris, matri, matre, matre. Okay.
B2.
We are, and we is, we us, we is, amicus, miki, miko, 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 miki, mikor, mikis, mikos, mikis, patre, patris, patri, patrum, patre, patres, patribus, patris, patribus, manus, manus, manui, manu, manus, manu, manubus, manus, manibus, res, re, rem, res, rem, rebus, res, rebus.
Is he under?
Is it?
40, 50, 60, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26th word.
Okay, so 10, 20, after 5 and 1, so P-A-T-R-E, long, P-H-E-R, long E-S, right? 26. 10, 10,
Is that a bonus?
5, and 6.
No,
P-A-T-R, what, am I not?
Wait, is this a bonus or?
I need him to spell this word because I don't know.
26? Oh, if I counted right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
P-A-T-R, long E-S, patres.
Wait, now I lost count. 1, 2, 3. Spell the genitive plural again because you fudged that. Of pater.
Oh, yeah, I put a nice name, didn't I? Yeah.
I don't know what you said.
I said pater, it's called.
You did. Go. 30 seconds. Go. C4.
We ask, amicus, amici, amico, amicum, amico, amici, amicor, amicis, amicos, amicis, pater, patris, patri, patrium, patre, patres, patrum, patribus, patres, patribus, manus, manus, manui, manus, manuum, manibus, manus, manibus. Time. Oh, crap.
I don't think you were going to get through all of race. That way, he was much more correct than you. Nice effort. You forgot all the words. Sorry. Here would have been the really super. Apollo and Chione was a mythical poet and Kithara player. Bonus. Philemon refused to allow the nymph who bore his son to enter his house. Nice guy. Who was the son born to Argiope in Thrace, a poet himself, who later challenged the Muses?
Yeah, Stimmers.
Yes. 15. Toss up 17 for any player. What not too terribly polite English word for a part of the body, although it is not officially a word, according to Webster's dictionary, could sum up the Latin phrase tali similimi suris. A3. Answer?
Taint.
So that's it. Clear, please. I will repeat for the other teams. What not too terribly polite English word for a part of the body, although it is not officially a word according to Webster's dictionary, could sum up the Latin phrase tali similimi suris.
What's the last word?
S-U-R long I-S. C1.
Cankles.
Cankles. Very nice. I was like, and another point over here for not being PG-13. Bonus. What similarly formed word might be summed up by the phrase et essuriens et iratus.
Repeat, please.
What similarly formed word might be summed up by the phrase et essuriens et iratus. Captain? Captain, I need your answer.
Angry.
Hangry. Which, by the way, is what Mr. Andino calls me about every other hour.
I would like to point out that the delegate from Georgia managed to get that one right.
We're all from Georgia.
Yes.
But I'm the one that actually can claim real, true, dumb redneck. No, I'm really-
There's a subtext I don't understand here. Moving on to toss-up 18. What author born in A2? Answer?
Salus.
86 BCE at Amatern and Part 2 for Bonus. Because sometimes bad Tommen wins. Bonus. What is the Latin term for Sallust's style, derivative of Thucydides and Cato the Censor, which makes frequent use of antithesis, asymmetry, and variety of construction? Sorry, esse is not a word. Inconcubitous, correct. Sorry, it has esse, not use. So 15 on 18? Huh, well this is self-reflexive. Toss up 19 for any player. For whatever reason, I'll tell you the reason when you're older, but for whatever reason, this World Series of Certamen has lent itself to many questions about bodily functions. So why not give the Latin noun and its English meaning from which we derive B2. Answer? Time, A3.
Lucas Stern.
Hoopus stern. Okay, ready? That's a nice try. His spirit is lost. Just like,
All right, that's enough. That's enough for poop out. That's a poop out.
Although it sounds like it should, the English word pupil does not come from hoopus. From what Latin noun with what meaning does it come?
It doesn't.
No,
Oh,
it
no.
doesn't come from bins. Is it
Can you please repeat the question?
Although it sounds like it should, the English word pupil does not come from hoopus. From what Latin noun with what meaning does it come?
Yes. Hoopus child.
Sorry, that's incorrect. I have pupadal.
Yeah.
And score going into 20.
We're going into 20 with the bigger no.
Yep.
So we're gonna do.
That's what I have.
No big piece today.
Were we told where finals are going to be? Joy.
Aurelia et al., 100 points. Saints and Sinners, 93 points. Rem Aku Tetigisti, 56 points.
Team A and B, it is anybody's game.
I need passers. Passers. Now I'm comfortable again.
I doubt that.
All right, this is a visual toss-up because we're close in score. I'm going to be strict about things in consultation. These go face down. We're going to call that closed.
Do you need tossers like the Publis does?
Do not open your visuals until you are told to do so, and please don't consult. Remember that this is a toss-up. Can I get time on a clock, please? I need 10 seconds.
Yes. How much money do I spend on this paper?
Slow it down, slow it down. All right, time ready? All right. You may now open your visual and examine them for 10 seconds. You know what 10 seconds is. 10. Toss up. Identify by letter and translate the caption on the picture in which a pet owner. A4. Answer?
B. Oh, never mind.
B1.
A, and the translation is, the spot isn't natural. A person painted it on me.
Sorry, that's incorrect. C1.
Yes.
Answer? Time. Translate the caption on the picture in which a pet owner might need to speak firmly to his dog about recent actions. It was B, and it says, the dog did this to me. I will show you
Show the audience the visual.
It is cute kitties, except for that one. Because that's unfortunate.
My cat.
No. Alright, score going to the final. Yeah, go back to final. Score.
Aurelia et al. 100 points. Saints and Sinners 93 points. Rem After Tetigisti 56 points.
Alright, so if we break out into coordinated song under my direction, not just because you guys feel like it, but for a specific purpose at a specific time, there may be points awarded to the audience. Okay, players, if you get the performance art questions, I will not take away from your time. If you can please move to some part of the room where the audience can see you, but do not, as we never ever should, stand on furniture. That's bad.
Who's done
Has that happened already?
Yes.
Chill out the chain! Captains, please. Captain. Dr. Beavergall to distribute funsies points and to also take away funsies points.
Protesta.
Audience, I don't know why I've got to say this, but apparently I should have said this in the last room. Please don't throw things at me or the players. Yes.
Or to them.
Yeah, please don't throw things at dollar bills. Please don't make me uncomfortable, because we're all friends now. Things are going to get slightly uncomfortable with the questions themselves. So let's start out small.
Audience points.
Well, we have made it to the semifinal round, so the questions are, well, I would call them more serious, but then to analyze the relativity of serious and funsy in the World Series becomes a real existential question. But I'm going to read things, and you're going to answer them, and you're going to buzz in, and this is elimination. Can all the ones buzz, please? And all the twos? There we go. Threes?
Aurelia and Famila, so Ingens and
All right, stop talking now.
Saint.
Sinners!
Rem Aku Tetigisti.
Okay, I'm gonna call you A, B, and C. I am very tired, so I may forget to distribute funsies points. I designate my fellow captain. All right. Toss-up number 1 for any player. When recognized by the spotter, act like the animal that derives its name from the Latin nouns meaning pig. A3. I will take that. Player must Bonus for the 18. The Latin word for pig also gives us the name of another animal. What animal is that?
Porcupine.
Porcupine. 15 points on toss-up 1. Toss-up 2. Yay for more dramatic interpretation. And again, you may distribute yourselves so you are highly visual because apparently we're being recorded. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I'm going to only read once, and act out the scene in a way that satisfies your moderator. I would like that phrase changed because it makes me uncomfortable. The more dramatic your interpretation, yes, the more likely you are to receive points, possibly. Here is your passage, which is from Book 1, Poem 11 of Horace's Odes. Tu ne quae sieris scire nefas, quem mihi, quem tibi, finem dederit Luconoe, nec Babylonios temptaris bitu.
Listen, girl, I don't want you to be asking about how much time we got left, but, we're just going to need to sort of, grab that day and share some stuff and do some things and